You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbilly. Q-Bone stallion with the lips. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Oh, good-looking return set up here. The 40. 20. He will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Wait, set. 72. Hey, check it.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
That one a first down pickup of 8. The Ravens at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Well, pounded up the middle with Kamara. Jalen Armour-Davis getting back there to stop him for a loss.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brady. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. That one goes for 24 yards. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Kamara up the middle. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jeremiah Tauchu. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Brady going to throw.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Watson off play action. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Ravens are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. In his own end zone, it's Brady. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Alabama.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he is going to have the first down as he gets this up to his own 11. But just a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that'll give them a first. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On play action, it's Brady. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Amani Hooker. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
On first down, it's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Ravens are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game. He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Rolling to his right. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Brady now on first down. This is Smith with the ground. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
No, 66. 72.
Toss wide side. This is Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, now Brady. That's going to be caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2nd and 5 now. Watson. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And Brady going to be intercepted a third time.
Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Back to throw, Watson. Dancing to his left.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let me 2. Hey, check it.
Now a play fake. Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question, because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around, or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 2nd and 7, Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball. Possible.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot?
And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 40. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Pulls it in at the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. He's got Smith here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now Brady. It's Miller, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards. Trying the left side with Kamara. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Kamara. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
Again, Kamara.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Alvin Kamara. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 14. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. Touchdown! Jonnu Smith, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yards.
Backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Jones. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but We know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Play action. Now it's Brady. He'll buy some time right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack.
Now here's Michael Dixon, standing just about on his own goal line. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
It's a room to maneuver. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down and 11-yard pickup. From the red zone now, Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
K.J. Hamler from 19 yards away. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back to about the 23.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Cover, cover!
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Here's Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Now Brady again.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
To throw is Brady. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Brady going to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson.
Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Watson now to throw.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside to kind of start over and put together a nice drive?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watson to throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run it again with Kamara. Shifts by him. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
65 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. If you got control of this thing, get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag.
We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Brady going to look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Sliding out of the pocket. Going deep this time for Miller. And now here is another interception. Marcus May with a pick. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Watson throw into the hands of Pitts here.
And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
One last throw here for Watson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Well, on the